Hello, thank y'all so very much for joining me. Welcome back to my little channel. I'm here just to do a quick follow-up on the video I did the other day, a couple days ago, about medical billing and how you need to check with your insurance company and also these hospitals and stuff like that. Now, this should take you back, just to give you a quick story about what I've been through. Back in 2021, February 2021, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. I went through the whole treatment. It was my left breast. I went through the whole treatment. I went through everything. Okay, I mean the chemotherapy and radiation, and I had a lumpectomy in my left breast. Okay, and every year, usually around May, I usually go back for my breast treatments. And before, just several years ago, for like a 3D or 4D, insurance companies was charging like $90 for you to get that. And then a law passed. I don't know if it passed everywhere, but I know here in Ohio that a law came about saying, hey, women shouldn't have to pay for their breast exams for a 3D or 4D or whatever. So I started to get the 3D that would show more. Now I've been getting breast exams since the age of 40. Now, I'm 54. I'll be 55 years old in September of this year, in 2026. But I've been getting breast exams since the age of 40, okay, without fail, you know. So, and I was the one who found the lump in my breast back in January of 2021. Because you couldn't really see it, but you can feel it. So I had to point it out to the nurses that, you know, this don't feel right. Now, back on May 26th of 2026, which was just about 2 weeks ago, I went to have a breast exam of what I thought was a breast exam, my yearly breast exam, okay? You know, just like I always do. But I had it in a different building. Actually, the building I was getting my breast exam in this year was in the building I had chemotherapy in. And I was kind of like, kind of triggered because I didn't want to go back to that building no more, okay? But my doctor was there for that day. So I had to go and see her. But really, you know, they had me put on the gown and all that stuff, but nothing happened. She came in the room and said everything looked good, but I never had a breast exam on May 26th of 2026. That was on a Tuesday. I never had a breast exam. Okay? So I'm wondering, did she look at last year's results? So what's going on? I don't know. But then she told me that she wanted me to have an MRI, a breast MRI. So I was like, well, damn, why? You know, what you know, I'm just coming for a regular breast exam. What's going on? So then she scheduled me for June 9th, which was last Tuesday, to come in. Well, today is Wednesday. It was yesterday. I'm sorry. It was yesterday. Today is June 10th. It was yesterday to come in for my MRI. But, you know, I was going to have my MRI done yesterday on June 9th. But then I got this in my inbox. Okay? And also through my email and my text messaging and on my My Chart. This came, see that? It says the estimated, let me see something. Estimated, we have 572.60. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. They want you to have MRI with the with contrast and without contrast. So they sent me this right here, 572.60, right? So I was saying, like, wait a minute, this is just my yearly. I've never paid anything for my yearly, nothing. Why am I paying? I didn't ask for an MRI. Why am I paying for an MRI when I didn't ask for it? Or even though if it's something that's recommended by the medical board or whatever, she said MDR, whatever. Okay, but my thing is too, I didn't ask for that. So now you're gonna start charging women $500, $600, $700, $800 just for an MRI? Like they did with the 4D, they wanted to charge $90 extra. But then they changed that saying, no, we're not going to pay $90. The insurance has covered everything. So I say all that to say this. If you do not speak up when you know something ain't right, oh, honey, they're going to come and snatch them pockets. Because, see, that's the thing about me. I'm not going to let you dig in my pockets. Okay? I don't let nobody come dig in my pockets. I'm going to question everything when I know something ain't right. If it's something I know that's legit, like, okay, yeah, I owe that. Yeah, I have no problem paying it. But I know if it's something ain't right, oh, you best believe. Don't nothing get past me, okay? You best believe I'm going to question that. So when the nurse called me what's today? She called me on Monday. And she said, you know, Mr. Niece, oh, I'm like, why is she laughing? She was like, we so sorry we billed you wrong and you're not supposed to pay anything. I said, I knew I wasn't supposed to pay anything because, again, this is my yearly. So why am I, you know, why do y'all try to have me paying $572.60 for a yearly? I've been getting breast exams now since the age of 40. And that was in 2011. So I've never had to pay anything for a yearly. Just like when you go in, with my insurance company, I know when you go in for your yearly pap smear, you ain't got to pay nothing. I just go in there, check in, get looked at, and check out. I'm going to give me something to eat. And I'm coming home. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But I've never had to pay any extra nothing for the breast exam. Now, the fact that I open my mouth, check it out. You see them zeros down there? And you see how much it's going to cost? The 3,000 and some change, whatever. You see them zeros? Yeah, it says your estimated responsibility, 0. I ain't paying a damn dime. Okay? Now, I have to go in next Tuesday, which is June 16th. So I will go in June 16th. I will take you guys with me. I'm going to go in. But the thing about it, though, you know, I had contrast before. I know with me, when I do contrast, I have to, before I leave out, I got to eat some crackers or something dry, toast or something, because contrast on an empty stomach, oh my God, you're going to be like, because they have you laying on your stomach for about 20 minutes. And that's so uncomfortable. So then they do it with contrast, because contrast, I believe, will stay in your system for about, I think they told me about an hour before it leaves. That's when they had to hurry and just do it. And then you have to probably drink some water, and then you got to wait. And then they're going to do it without contrast. Because contrast, they said it lights up. It shows better. If anything is going on, it'll show better, like with the target area they're trying to look at. So they're trying to look inside your breast or inside your lungs or your kidneys or whatever. It lights up and it shows better than doing it without contrast. But they're still going to do the breast MRI without contrast. But the contrast, they always do it first. So they did that to me back in 2021. There's like you lay on your stomach, they put your boobs through these holes, and the thing is so loud. But with me, they put earphones on. They ask you what kind of music you like. I said, give me some old school R&B. So they give me some earphones to put on. I lay in that thing and I listen to my music, and I'm like, you know, I keep my eyes closed the whole time. I'm like, because you're laying on your stomach. But then I start feeling nauseated after about 15 minutes. So then it's like a button you push. I push the button, and they said, oh, Mr. Dees, you okay? I said, no, I feel like I'm going to throw up. So then they pulled me out. I got back, I sat up for a minute. Then, but I never did regurgitate. I never did throw up. But I just felt so nauseated. I think if I laid down a little bit longer, I probably would have just like, you know. But yeah, so I said, this time I'm gonna put like some crackers or something or whatever, or some toast or something on my stomach before I leave. I gotta be there early in the morning on Tuesday, so I will take you guys with me. So I just want to get the word out to women. Check with your insurance companies, and also check with the doctor's office who billed you. Because that nurse, I think she did like that little embarrassing, like she was like embarrassed about it. And she told me too, she was straight up, she said, well, Mr. Niece, if you paid that $572.60 and it really wasn't owed, they would give you a hard time by getting your money back. They probably didn't ever gave you all your money. They probably gave you back maybe $200 of that money. I said, what? She said, yeah. So she said, no, you're right. You was right the whole time. You should not have to pay for MRI a yearly, especially somebody who went through breast cancer. Why am I paying for this? And again, this is my yearly. Just like I did a story about close to 3 years ago about the fibroids I went through. After so long, I was paying co-pays to go see my OBGYN. After so long, my insurance company, they sent me a letter saying, you ain't paying no more, don't pay no more co-pays because it's a condition that I had from the heavy bleeding and being tired and the blood transfusions, stuff like that. They said no more co-pays. At that time, my co-pays was about $15. I was paying $15 a pop. And that stuff adds up. Because I was going like almost every week to the OBGYN to get myself checked up. So they told me no more co-pays because this is a condition that you have until you get it, resolved. And I did by having a hysterectomy back in 2011. So I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's a lot, child. But I say all that to say this. I'm just trying to get the word out. I don't care if 1 or 2 people see this video. I'm trying to get the word out. Sister, if you are trying to go get your MRI, they said it's they recommend it more now for women who have dense breast tissue. So like I said in my video the other day, if you have been told that you had dense breast tissue in the past, they see that in your records, they're going to recommend an MRI. They just said something about them. They didn't say like state by state. They just said like across the entire medical board or whatever is recommending MRIs for women with dense breast tissue, which is about 85-90% women. I even talked to a buddy of mine who is like an A cup. Okay, she's an A cup, and she said she was told that she had dense breast tissue. So it don't matter if you are a double G, double H, a B or C or whatever. If your stuff is dense, they want you to get an MRI, whether you big boobed or not. Another coworker of mine, her sister had passed away, she said in 2016 at the age of 59 because she don't believe in Western medication. So she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she did the holistic route, which is not good. Okay, you can do holistic stuff while you're doing your Western medication, but the holistic route is not going to keep you here. I'm about staying alive, okay, and get that demon out of me, So that's why I went through the chemo, the radiation, the surgery. It was hard, but I had to go through it. It's just because I couldn't think just about. Of course, it's about me, but I have a daughter here. My husband. I got siblings. My mama. I didn't want to say, well, y'all ain't gonna do nothing and hurt everybody's feelings, because people need you. You need you, but people need you around for a very long time. And I was too young. When I was diagnosed, I was 49 years old. And I'm sorry, I did not want to leave this earth. At 49 or even 50 years old, I don't even want to leave the earth right now. I just say, Lord, let me just grow old and just drop. Okay, let me just be an old ass and just fall down and be done. Who called me? I don't know. Nah, for real. But I'm just saying, I just want to grow old. I want to see myself as an old lady. See how I am and stuff like that, Now, if I was 90 years old, 95 years old, and got cancer, I'd be like, it is what it is. But in my 40s, 50s, even 60s, I'm like, no, I'm going to fight this, okay? So, but ladies, please, if they send you a bill like that, check first. You have to open your mouth. If I didn't open my mouth, they would have charged me. They would have tried to, it ain't like I got the money. I got the money, but the fact that, no, I don't like to be played like that, and I don't want you getting played the same way, okay? That's for anything. If you have to pay it, go and do what you got to do. But if you feel you don't have to, especially for your yearly, I want to look and slide with that one. Nope. But on June 16th, I will take you guys with me and just let y'all know what it's, what it's doing. I'm not going to film myself inside that daggone, actually get the MRI, but I'll let y'all know how it is. I'll let y'all see, where I'll be at and that kind of stuff and everything, and that, just in case you're interested, at least you'll see it, okay? So, especially for those who never had an MRI, they said they just call you with results. So I was like, do that, okay? Because this is too much. I just want to stay healthy, keep everything together, keep my life together, stay focused, and move on with my life, so... And also, too, I wish nurses and doctors, whatever, would listen to their patients more on what works for the patient. Not what works for them, but what works for the patient. Make a long story short, a couple months ago, I talked about I had an ear infection and also had strep throat. So I went back to a clinic yesterday I want them to check me again for strep throat because my throat just felt hot and itchy. They checked me for strep throat. I did not have strep throat, but I just had this cough that just would not go away for like on and off since February actually. And I was asking these doctors and nurses, just give me some prednisone. That's the only thing that really helps me. They wouldn't give it to me. Sometimes they won't give it to you if your blood pressure too high. My blood pressure was not high. So I went to the clinic yesterday. The doctor who saw me was shocked that the other doctors that saw me did not prescribe prednisone. So he gave me some prednisone. Now I feel so much better already. And that was just yesterday. Okay? Anyway, this phone keep ringing. I don't know who the hell keep calling me. I don't know who want me. I don't feel like talking to nobody right now. As far as on the phone, I was just got off work. I hold the phone all day at work. I don't feel like holding the phone all day at home. Okay? I want to finish sipping on my coffee. And I will talk to you guys at a different time. Like I said, I'll take y'all with me when I do this MRI. Peace, love, happiness. Lay low, stay out the way. I'll get back with y'all in my next video. Deuce. Forgiveness.